Hi everyone, welcome to or welcome back to Version of Events. I'm Ellie, I'll be your host, and today we have a major update in the Reanne Coulson case. What was slated to be a 4-week trial has turned into a 2-week trial. On Thursday, March 19th, the jury was instructed to take their time considering their verdict by Judge Christina Montgomery Casey. Just reminding you that KC means King's Counsel. It's a higher level of expertise. Um, in her instructions to the jury, she informed them that she would not accept a majority verdict and that it can only be a unanimous verdict. The jury left to deliberate for an hour today. As I'm recording this, that's March the 19th. And will be back tomorrow to continue their deliberations. But I thought we'd quickly go over the case as it stands, and I'd advise staying because there is some new information in this breakdown. Prosecutor Tim Cray opened the case by saying that Reanne was a 33-year-old sex worker, and yes, I am going to add in here that Reanne was more than just a sex worker. She was a woman, a loved one, a family member, a friend to many, who disappeared after attending a support group for sexually vulnerable women on the 21st of May 2025. The jury also heard the 999 call that featured a woman screaming in fear, and police visited Dernian's flat within 12 minutes of that call. Police then did a brief search in which, to my knowledge, they did not find any drug paraphernalia, and this becomes important later, nor did they find Reanne's body. While summing up the case today, Judge Montgomery KC reminded jurors of evidence given by Dernian and his co-defendant Moore. Moore simply flat out denies assisting an offender, claiming he spent 30 minutes in Bindley Wood looking for Dernian, but did not assist Dernian in any way, which is interesting because prints were found near Reanne's shallow grave that matched the soles of Moore's trainers. Dernian told the court that he was off his head on drugs and was not thinking straight when the police arrived. He then went on to say that he went into a room to tell Reanne that the police had arrived and found her surrounded by drug paraphernalia, including a needle. Now again, we know that Reanne was a drug user. It was one of the struggles that she had in her life. So, perhaps we can't dismiss this totally out of hand, but to my knowledge, as I said earlier, the police did not find any drug paraphernalia, and somehow he had time to hide Reanne's body underneath his mattress. So if the police had just arrived, it doesn't quite make sense. I also just want to point out that it's important to remember that the autopsy found marks on Reanne's head and neck that they believe were caused while she was still alive. Dernian then said he put Reanne's body into a suitcase and then into his car, whereupon he drives her body to Bindley Woods, digs a hole, and places Reanne into the shallow grave that he had dug for her. And then, just to add insult to injury, he poured petrol over her and set her alight to try and get rid of any fibres that might be on her body from his car. Now, That's their stories, and it's interesting that they both spoke in their own defenses. Maybe slightly less surprising that Moore spoke in his own defense, but Dernian, it's usually not advised by solicitors and barristers, and for anyone outside the UK, them's fancy words for lawyer. However, if a defendant wishes to speak on their own behalf, no one can stop them, and it's down to their legal team to make it work somehow. So that is what we know for now. And now we wait. If you stayed to listen, thanks so much for getting to the end of the show. Make sure you're following us wherever you get your podcasts. And can I ask a teeny favour? If you happen to listen on Spotify, could you leave us a rating? Give us 5 stars and I'll love you forever. You can find us on social media at Version of Events pretty much everywhere and give us a follow. But at the moment, we're most active on Facebook. I think that covers just about everything. So it's time to say goodbye, guys, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Stay safe.